Elon Musk is upset that Christopher Nolan cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy in The Odyssey, a character typically depicted as a white woman. In a series of X posts, Musk claimed Nolan only hired the Oscar winner to meet the Academy's inclusion standards for Best Picture eligibility, writing, quote, "Chris Nolan desecrated The Odyssey so that he could be eligible for an Academy Award. But here's what those rules actually say. For a movie to be eligible for Best Picture, it has to submit a confidential Academy inclusion form and meet 2 out of 4 standards. Those categories are on-screen representation, creative leadership and crew, industry access and training, and audience development. That means a film does not have to meet the on-screen acting standards specifically. It could qualify through behind-the-scenes hiring, paid apprenticeships, training opportunities, or representation in marketing and distribution teams. So while one way to meet the rules is by having a lead or...
Elon Musk is freaking out that Lupita Nyong'o, if I got her name right, is going to be Helen of Troy in the new movie, The Odyssey. Now, the problem is Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman in all the world, and they're making her a black woman. Oh my God. Now, Elon and others are saying, well, what would happen if somebody took the most beautiful woman in Africa and made her a white actress? Yeah, that would be weird. Of course, that's because we've had, thousands of years of oppression against black people, with white people kind of usurping them. So yeah, there's some history there. But let's get more to the general topic here. First of all, I'm Greek. I'm actually Greek national here. And I'm fine with this. I don't care. Yeah, Helen of Troy, she was one of us. But this is acting. The whole point, God, people do this in the movies and in plays all the time. It drives me a little nuts, but they do it. Like Shakespeare I saw Shakespeare once. They put it in the future. And I was like, okay, science fiction, Shakespeare, whatever. That's what they do. They cast men as women and women as men. And by the way, Shakespeare's plays were written for men. They were all men. All the women parts were played by men. So is it wrong to have them played by women? I mean, guys, even Elon said, forget about the prettiest woman in Africa. They were also saying, well, how would you feel if a white woman was cast as a black woman? Honestly, I wouldn't care, because I think actors should be cast as anybody. This bullshit about, only transgender actors can play trans roles and only gay actors can play gay roles. That's just the dumbest thing ever. It's acting. You pick the best freaking actor. You don't limit it to just one crowd. But I'm sorry. First of all, she really is beautiful. But for these guys, you know what? They're all upset about it. The people that are upset about it, it's racism. That's what's going on. That's absolutely going on. They wouldn't care if it wasn't a Greek. Oh, by the way, should she be Greek? Right? Oh, it's an Irish woman. How dare you pick an Irish woman to be the most beautiful woman in Greece? Right? I mean, it just never ends with this stuff. What do you guys think? Am I nuts on this? Not nuts. I don't think I'm nuts on this at all. But it drives me a little nuts. And frankly, final point here. Now who's DEI, Elon? Now who's DEI? Now who's demanding that only certain groups should get certain things and it's offensive and I'm a snowflake, huh? Now who's the snowflake, Elon? Right? He's doing the exact same thing that the people who say only trans actors and only gay actors and this kind of crap. Same kind of thing from Elon now, right? But of course, added twist, of course, it's a beautiful black woman, and with these guys. Anyway, what do you guys think? Join in the comments.
And I really just want to speak my little piece about the Odyssey movie coming out. I genuinely feel like general intellect has gone down the drain in recent years, because why is it such a mental struggle for people to understand the correlation between the real-life cultural significance of storytelling and the phenotype of characters within those stories? Because that's quite literally where representation actually matters. Let me explain. The reason that it is important to cast even fictional characters in phenotypically accurate ways is because those characters are usually reflections of real cultures, real people, real beauty standards, real history, and real folklore. Okay? Why are we sitting here debating why Helen of Troy can be black, when Helen is specifically described in the Iliad, if you people actually read it, as white-armed, which is basically one of the only physical descriptions we even get of her. Okay? Even that matters because it reflects the people of that time, what they looked like, what they culturally associated with beauty. That is the historically accurate part worth respecting. Just being real with you, it's the exact same reason that characters like Snow White or Sleeping Beauty are white. It's not because whiteness is superior, okay? It's because those stories are rooted in German folklore. Germans wrote those stories. Real people create stories in their own likeness all the time. Every culture, everyone does this. And let me tell you something. You can erase a culture over time when you fail to tell stories as those people intended. Their identity as a people are in those stories. That is why representation in these retellings matter. It really is that deep on a certain level, whether anybody wants to accept it or not. Why is it so hard to comprehend and accept? I'm a Black woman and I love Lupita Nyong'o as an actress. I really do. But no, she would not be an accurate choice of for Helen of Troy. And there are other Black people that feel that way. Let's also not pretend that people wouldn't absolutely lose their minds if a white actor was cast to play Nat Turner or another historically, culturally Black figure. Like, what if that just kept happening and like 150 years from now, there are people who believe that a historical Black figure was white? Like, that would be crazy. All it takes is time to make that happen. I don't understand why there just can't be a mutual understanding and like a mutual respect across the board for accurately depicting these stories, whether they're fictional or not. Like, just stop with the freaking argument already.
I don't know why people forget where they come from. Elon Musk is furious about Lupita Nyong'o, a Black beautiful woman who is going to feature in Helen of Troy by Christopher Nolan. This is what Elon Musk posted. I agree that she is beautiful, but casting a Black woman to play a white woman in a fundamental work of European lecture is no more right than casting a white man to play Shakzul. This is what he's saying. But I think this is not about acting war. This is all about talent. And how are you going to pull it out? You know, because all the director knows which future I need in my movie or what, you know. So this is the right act, you know. So Elon Musk, stop. Whoopi reacts. She is saying this is a racist. What do you think? Let us listen to her reaction. She's furious.
Elon Musk is weighing in on rumors that Christopher Nolan has cast Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy in the big screen version of the Greek poet Homer's epic, The Odyssey. Now, Musk claims that Nolan has lost his integrity. Ooh, you know, because Homer described this fictional character as fair-skinned blonde who was so beautiful that men started a war over here. I don't know if you realize this. Lupita is also considered one of the world's most beautiful women. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say. You don't actually have to go to the movie.
Yeah, what does he care?
You don't. Well, I don't know why you feel like you need to speak on this. And I would suggest looking in a mirror if you have any concerns about people's looks, if this is where we're going. And don't bother to try to clown me, baby. I know what I look like. You know, there's so many things I want to say to you that are rude and awful, but I won't do it.
There have been backlash. So Elon Musk, he doesn't believe that black women are beautiful. He's saying that Nolan just want Lupita to win Oscars. Do you believe?
The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new movie, is suddenly getting hit with massive backlash online. The controversy exploded after reports and casting announcements revealed that some iconic Greek mythology characters could be played by actors that critics online say don't match the traditional image people associate with those roles, especially after Lupita Nyong'o was reportedly confirmed to play Helen of Troy. Social media instantly exploded, with some fans defending Nolan's creative choices, while others accused Hollywood of changing classic mythology and historical historical inspiration too much. At the same time, supporters of the casting are pointing out that Greek mythology has been adapted in many different ways for decades, and that the Odyssey is ultimately a mythological fantasy story, not a documentary. But what's really shocking people is that this controversy is happening around Christopher Nolan specifically, because Nolan has built a reputation for realism, technical detail, and staying away from modern Hollywood drama. Now even Elon Musk and major internet creators are reacting to the discourse, turning the movie into one of the most talked about upcoming films online before it's even released.
Nolan's Odyssey backlash goes nuclear because of Elon Musk.
But know that I'm thinking it.
So she's saying, if you don't feel like black women are beautiful, you don't feel like what Nolan did is right, so don't go to that movie. Don't watch that movie. Anyway, see you in the next video.
Lupita Nyong'o has been cast as Helen of Troy, and there's already an insane backlash coming from the owner of X himself, Elon Musk, and I am so confused by his statement. He posted a Twitter post saying Chris Nolan has lost his integrity, yet he only does it when it is a black character playing a so-called white character. When the Odyssey is a mythological, fictional piece of work that has fantasy elements and is set thousands of years ago. I don't know why that matters. And then another movie like Wuthering Heights comes out, where the character Jacob Elordi is playing was black in the books, yet they changed it to a white character, and he says nothing at all about that. It's only bad. And it's a African actor taking over a so-called white character's position. This is completely bogus, and I don't know why he even took the time to post this. It's Elon Musk, so you could expect this coming from him. My personal take, I think Lupita Nyong'o will play an amazing Helen of the Troy. I've seen her in one of the Quiet Place movies where she plays the main character with Joseph Quinn, and it was amazing. She's a very good actor, and I'm excited to see the Odyssey come out next year.
I did actually do my little bit of research to see how many Oscar-nominated films in the Best Picture category had black leads in the past 10 years.
Oh my gosh. Can I guess?
Yeah, go on.
So basically out of like 10 films nominated each year,
Yeah.
so out of 100, I've got to say like 30, 40. Higher or lower? Oh boy. 20, 25, 15, 10.
11.
11?
11 films over the past 10 years, if I've even counted that right, have black leads.
God. Do you have them? What were they?
Oh yeah, and I do have. Actually, no, sorry. If I want to count 2026, it would actually be 13.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've got, so obviously with 2026 involved, we've got Sinners and we have One Battle After Another. Okay. And then when I say leads,
Yeah.
obviously we're doing more supporting.
Yeah,
We're talking like
yeah.
the character actually had, because not everybody, but we had Fences, obviously Denzel, Viola, Hidden Figures, Taraji, love that film. Moonlight, obviously. Get Out, obviously. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Green Book.
Huh? Don't.
Well,
Don't even.
But Green Book is in there. And Marshall Ali is one of the main characters, but let's not talk about that film.
He's in the back seat though.
Yeah. Judas and the Black Messiah, King Richard, American Fiction, Nickel Boys.
Can I say also, out of those films, like the majority of them are black films. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like the story is black.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a case of like, you know, you're seeing black leads in Oscar-nominated films that are doing, you know, just kind of like the evergreen stories.
Yeah. The only one I would say that is not like the black story is potentially One Battle After Another.
Set by the casting of Lupita Nyong'o as Helen in the Odyssey, I'm going to take about 90 seconds to show you why nobody takes you seriously and no one gives a shit about your little hurt feelings. One of the main people leading the charge is Elon Musk. How can anyone take Elon Musk seriously, right, when he was begging to come to the island? He was begging to come to the island on Christmas. We can have a conversation about historical accuracy, right, but the Odyssey is not a documentary, this is mythology. Helen's parents are the god Zeus and either a goddess named Nemesis or a princess named Leda, who Zeus disguised himself as a swan to essay. Same Zeus, by the way, that can throw lightning bolts and turn himself into a cow. This is the mythology that you are getting upset over. Even if the Odyssey was straight up history, you didn't care about historically inaccurate armor in Troy. You didn't care about the modern umbrella in Troy. You didn't care about the Aryan German actor playing Helen. You want Greeks, right, in these stories. You want Greek representation. Well, this was a German actor, Diane Kruger. Getting a lot of people putting her up on a pedestal as a perfect casting, right, and comparing her to Lupita. You didn't care about historical accuracy in 300, or Prince of Persia, or Alexander, or The Passion of the Christ, or the new Passion of the Christ, where the actor is from Finland. You literally could not get farther away genetically from what Jesus was with a Finnish actor. You didn't care about historical accuracy when it came to Braveheart. Braveheart was dealing with very real history, very real historical figures, and this is all basically make-believe, right? But it's a good story. It's an artistic representation of what happened. You didn't care about historical accuracy in one of the least accurate movies ever made, The Patriot, right? Because it tells a good story. You didn't care about historical accuracy in Gladiator either, did you? Pushing aside the history, you didn't even care about mythological accuracy, right, in Troy, which was an adaptation of the Iliad, because Achilles and Patroclus were lovers. They were not cousins. They changed this so it wouldn't hurt your fucking feelings. Achilles' rage at the killing of his lover is one of the driving forces in the entire Iliad. You guys also didn't care that the story that took place over 10 years was condensed into 15 days, right? You didn't care that Agamemnon was killed in the movie when in the story he survived. Just like you didn't care that Paris survived in the movie when in the Iliad he dies. You didn't care that they changed Helen's entire backstory in the film. Now that you have Christopher Nolan tackling the Odyssey, which is not the Iliad, guys, these are actually separate stories. You keep comparing this stuff. I think you think they're the same story. This is its own thing, right? Helen of Troy is mentioned 23 times in the Odyssey, and 11 of those are in book 4, right? This is a side character. But now we have this casting, you are pissing your pants. The only actual requirement for Helen of Troy is being beautiful, which Lupita Nyong'o is. And the only requirement Christopher Nolan had was, are you a good actor? This is a woman who gave one of the best performances in a horror movie ever in a great film that is not talked about enough that I think is better than Get Out. Also being in the Odyssey, you have to pretend you care, right? You have to pretend you care about the Iliad, you have to pretend you care about the Odyssey and Greek mythology, all this shit that you don't actually care about. And guess what? You're still gonna go sit your big dumbass down and watch the movie regardless, most likely just a grifter. It's the cold hard truth of this, and when this movie is successful with your help, right, you can go cry into your pillow.
This is how Lupita Nyong'o responded. This is our response. This is our response. Let us listen.
In response to her being cast as Helen of Troy, Lupita Nyong'o has responded to the racial backlash she received in response to her being cast as Helen of Troy in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. The most beautiful woman in the world said, "This is a mythological story. Mind you, I'm very supportive of Chris's intention with it and with the version of the story that he's retelling. Our cast is representative of the world. I'm not spending my time thinking of a defense. As you shouldn't, boo. The criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. It's quite something to be part of the Odyssey because it's so grand. It spans worlds. So that's why this cast is what it is. We're occupying the epic narrative of our time. Lupita, you are the most beautiful woman in the world to me. And to millions of other people. You were one of the first people in Hollywood that I saw that made me believe and made me understand that my beauty is allowed. There is a space for my beauty in the world of Hollywood. Thank you so much for letting your light shine around the world. I cannot wait to see you as the Helen of Troy in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Are you guys excited for The Odyssey? It drops on July the 17th. Drop a little ship in the comments below. I remember just being floored by her beauty and everything she is and how she carries herself. I've interviewed her twice before and I cannot wait to see you again, girl.
So everyone is excited to see a black beautiful woman shines. Some creator thinks that Elon has a point. Do you think Elon has a point?
Ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk is, he feels some kind of way about actress Lupita Nyong'o being casted in the Odyssey. You know what I mean? He said that, she is beautiful, but, having a black woman portray, be in a film that is, based in European, white culture, is just no more right than, them having a white man play Shaka Zulu. And you know what? I agree with Elon Musk 110%. He is 110% right. Things should be historically accurate. If you're going to portray something, let it be historically accurate. As a matter of fact, Elon, you need to have a meeting and you need to have all your buddies get together, all your rich buddies get together and y'all redo all them damn movies that was misappropriated. Cause if I'm not mistaken, that movie Cleopatra, remember a long time ago, it was a movie called Cleopatra. It's been a lot. It has. If we go through the book. Matter of fact, let's not stop at movies. Let's go to music. Big Mama Thornton was. Why don't nobody know she's saying you ain't nothing but a hound dog? Somebody else went and ain't so much as said thank you. Elon Musk got a point right there. Got a good point. Good point. Mm-hmm.
So this black man is saying that when it comes to movie, it has to be historical accurate. That she doesn't. There's no connection between Ellen of Troy and Lupita, because our culture is different. It has to be a white woman acting as Ellen of Troy. Tell me what you think down in the comment.
All right. Elon Musk is upset that Helen of Troy will be played by Lupita Nyong'o, because he says in the description of her character, describes her as being white. So, amen, said the Bible about Jesus. I mean, Jesus was not Italian. No matter what Michelangelo wants you to believe, Jesus was not Italian.
We are all equal. White is beautiful, black is beautiful. Anyway, Elon Musk as a black roots, because he's from South Africa. Maybe the mom is a white or the dad is a white, but he has either the mom is a white or the father is a white, or the mom is a white, the father is black. So he has that root, but he's furious about this simple thing. So I think Noran doesn't, that when he's doing casting, doesn't care about the color. He just care about how you're going to represent his movie. How are you going to get, is he going to get value for his money? Not about race. Doesn't work anymore. Because at the end of the day, even if you're deep in the village, as long as you're talented, you're ready to show the world, how talented you are. Yeah? So many casted, but why Noran had to choose Lupita Nyong'o? Huh?
Do you want Greek accuracy or do you just want white? So Elon Musk has attacked Christopher Nolan following some reports that I don't even know are verified that Lupita Nyong'o will be playing Helen of Troy in the upcoming movie. The cast, which also involves major stars like Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, and even a leaked Travis Scott. He essentially commented saying that Christopher Nolan lacked integrity in response to someone pointing out that Helen of Troy had blonde hair, fair skin, etc., etc. And some people are demanding for Lupita to step down from the role as it's hypocritical. People are calling for historical accuracy in something that actually isn't historical at all, but mythology, oral poetry, gods, monsters, curses, the use of divine beauty as a metaphor. And now it's kind of resembling the same argument when people talk about historical accuracy for a show like Bridgerton, knowing damn well that everything about it is not historical, from casting to story to things as simple as one of the actors having their tragus pierced, where we have a cast of different types of people in the Odyssey already, and where overall Christopher Nolan is already taking creative liberties. So at this point, it might not just be about mythology and people wanting it to be accurate. It could be about what people think is beautiful and people being uncomfortable with who they think should be able to embody that beauty. And also, until the casting is actually confirmed, I think we should just calm down a little bit. Do you want actual Greek representation, or do you just want them to be white, American, from Ireland? Where?
Elon, please stop being jealous about black women. Black is beautiful. Anyway, let us see how other creators are saying, and most of them are furious. Even white people are furious.
If you agree with Elon on this, you are perpetuating a dog whistle. Lupita Nyong'o is an incredible actress.
This is not about race, because
So Elon Musk does not think that Black women are beautiful, and he says this in reaction to Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o being cast as Helen of Troy in the Odyssey, and it's supposed to feel like an insult, like a gotcha. But it actually exposes white supremacy. Well, Black people and Black women, we already know. First of all, white supremacy, racism was created to justify colonialism, enslavement, and greed of white people. It's a lie, and they've been building this lie for the last 500 years. You know, saying Black people were not really human, we're animals. This big lie.
Lupita Nyong'o was minding her business, doing what she does, getting cast in movies, just chilling out, vibing, getting cast in the Odyssey, and people have been attacking her. People, just the white people, mainly, have been attacking her for playing Helen of Troy. As far as I know, Helen of Troy is not a real person, so I'm kind of confused why people are mad about this. And then to really top it off, right, Elon Musk gets on the internet talking about she's not the most beautiful woman or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Right, whatever you think of where she ranks in the most beautiful woman in the world, I don't know who the fuck Elon Musk is to be saying she's not. And then there's people dick riding him in the comments talking about, yeah, you're so right, Elon. Bro, what kind of world do we live in where we're taking Elon Musk's opinions and stuff like that seriously? And of course she's a beautiful woman, right? What are we doing here?
I've never seen you directed a movie. So a director of the movie knows what he wants. That's why he had to choose Lupita Nyong'o to act in Helen of Troy.
Billionaire Elon Musk is now clashing with Hollywood over Kenyan superstar Lupita Nyong'o and her role in The Odyssey. The $250 million movie by legendary director Christopher Nolan is already facing backlash before release, with critics like Matt Walsh accusing the film of historical inaccuracy and anti-white casting. But Lupita Nyong'o shut the criticism down fast. She reminded critics that The Odyssey is mythology, not a documentary, and said the film represents a global vision of storytelling with an international cast. Now the internet is divided. Some are attacking Hollywood, while others are defending diversity and African representation on the world stage. And here's the crazy part. Experts say the film could still make over $1.2 billion at the box office. From Kenya to Hollywood, Lupita Nyong'o is once again at the center of a global conversation. Subscribe and stay tuned for more global updates.
Or as Helen of Troy. Anyway, thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks. See you in the next video.
So Elon Musk is upset because the director Christopher Nolan has selected Lupita Nyong'o to be the lead in the movie Helen of Troy. And he feels like she does not fit that role because clearly because she's black. And any other time they have done that movie, the depiction is of a white woman. And it's so funny that, first of all, I don't even know why he's speaking out. He needs to take his ass back to South Africa, first of all. But secondly, it just shows how the arrogance and ethnocentricity of white people, because they're white people. Cleopatra in one of the, what was that, Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra. And we all know that Cleopatra, Egypt, she was black. And so white people can play black roles, but when a black woman, particularly an African woman, is chosen for a role, she's not fit or she's not pretty enough. You understand? It's sad because acting is acting. You understand? Like, everything shouldn't always have to be about race in this country, but it is. It is.
And you know, it's just really exhausting. So I hope Lupita, and I'm sure she's so used to it. I'm sure she is, but I just want to encourage her and any of you all who are in the arts, if you're Black and you're an actor and actress, just continue to play the parts. You know, actually, and I have to say this, Black people really are the greatest actors. We've been acting ever since we've been here in America. Acting like we gave a shit. Acting like we really care. Acting like everything's okay, when really deep inside, we just sick of everybody. We just keep acting. Now, maybe that's the trauma from racism, segregation, lynchings, redlining, and all the other atrocities that came with being Black here in the States. But for the most part, yeah. So, Lupita, you play that part, baby. And Black folk, when that movie comes out, have your ass in the theater supporting it. Let's do that.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.